Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Say what up, Shane.
What up, nerds?
We are back. This time, we got a first look at the new set coming out in February, I do believe. It's Murders at Karlov Manor. That's right. We got some spoilers to talk about today. We got some stuff to talk about today. Got a cool list of cards to talk about, as well as some cool new treatments for borders and such. So let's go ahead and start it off with some of these cards. This first one is Alquist Proft, Master Sleuth. It is a white and a blue for a 3/3 legendary creature, human detective. That's right. They said it in the stream. Detective is a brand new creature subtype. Pretty cool. It's got vigilance, and it says when it enters the battlefield, investigate. In case you forgot what that means, you create a clue token. Isn't that wonderful? It's an artifact with pay 2, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. Has another ability, you can pay X, a white and 2 blue, tap it, sacrifice a clue, you draw X cards, and you gain X life. Very simple and to the point. Very Azorius, if you will.
It's a reusable Sphinx's revelation, dude.
Wow, good reference there.
I mean, that's what they said. I'm just repeating them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I totally came up with that on my own.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Of course, we're going to see a bunch of different ways to make clues when we're going to see more spoilers of this set later down the road in about a month or so. But yeah, I think Alquist Proft, very interesting.
I could see him being played in like a mid-range control deck or something. He does enough stuff for the early game, and then late game, if you're playing against aggro or something, you're just gonna gain life, draw cards, and win. I could see him being played.
It's true. It is only 3/3, so it is kind of easy to removal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alquist Proft, very interesting.
Interesting detective.
We are learning who did the murders, plural, not murder at Karlov Manor. It's murders. There's multiple people dying. And now the story that came out today, there was one person murdered. So who knows?
Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be? We're trying to. It's like Clue, dude, and we'll get to actual Clue, the board game, later, because they're doing something with that too. Let's move on to a special treatment. This is of a new Aurelia. Aurelia the Law Above is 3, a red and a white for a 4/4 legendary creature angel. It's got flying, vigilance, and haste. And it says whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. And whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, Aurelia the Law Above deals 3 damage to each of your opponents and you gain 3 life. I love this card.
Yeah, I mean, it does everything you like doing.
Yeah, man. And it punishes people for having a go wide strategy.
Yeah.
Because it says whenever a player, not just you, so you can trigger this and your opponents give you those abilities too. This card's
true.
Fantastic.
I do like this card. I can definitely see it being played by somebody named Hunter.
Yeah, dude. Boros, baby. Let's go. So as far as this treatment goes, it is being called Ravnica City treatment, which means the card is in the city. You see that?
The card, it is in a city, you're right.
Look, you can see the city like a surrounding
No, I see it. I see it.
And like the border. Yeah, it's a really interesting treatment. I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I feel like it's more of the same, and we're about to get to another treatment that's very different.
Yeah, this reminds me of the Wilds of Eldraine, like the fantasy, like I don't know. It does look similar.
Yeah, I can see that, the storybook-ish.
Yeah, storybook, yeah.
Yeah, but Aurelia the Law Above, a really good card. Maybe I'll build it. We'll see. And that other treatment I was talking about, let's talk about it on this new card. It's Rakdos, Patron of Chaos. It's 4, a black and a red for a 6/6 legendary creature demon. It's got flying, it's got trample, and it says at the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. That's a very powerful effect. And this treatment, you might be going, what is going on here? It's called the Dossier treatment. So you are not a fan of this, are you?
I just don't like the letters, man. I think it's just the font on this. And then, since they're just like papers, the card to me feels lopsided, even though it's like a full size card. I don't know. I can see what they're going for because when you're like a detective, you get like a dossier and you flip it open and you look at everything and it's very clear what they were going for. I just don't know if I like how it was executed. But the card as a whole seems interesting, dude. It's kind of heavy, but not many people are gonna want to sacrifice non-land, non-token. So you're probably just gonna be drawing 2 cards at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I do like that. I do think it is a little bit cost heavy, being a 6 mana. But that ability, you have to sacrifice 2 of them. So it's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
like
hey,
I'm just gonna sacrifice 1. Nope, I still get 2 cards.
even if you don't play this, like I can see this going in Kalia, dude.
Yeah, it'd be
Be
cool.
a really good demon.
Yeah. But as far as the treatment for me, I like it because it is so different. This one, you can actually tell, like, oh, that treatment, I know exactly what set that's from. You know.
True.
So
It's
Dossier,
iconic, I guess you could say, or whatever. Yeah, it stands
yeah.
out.
I'll pop up on the screen real quick of Alquist Proft. As you can see, there is some that have some invisible ink to them, which is pretty cool. That's only available in collector boosters. They said in the stream that it could help, like, kind of figure out who done it. Little
Like little
clues
hints.
inside the invisible ink.
Hmm. I will.
think
I
it's-
mean, yeah, I could see it being a chase. People like crazy shit.
But yeah, Rakdos, Patron of Chaos, very interesting card itself. Moving on to the box topper, it is a rare from the set itself. It's Wojek Investigator. It is 2 and a white for a 2/4 creature, Angel Detective. It's got flying and vigilance, and it says at the beginning of your upkeep, investigate once for each opponent who has more cards in hand than you. So a good little way to create a bunch of different artifact tokens and also potentially draw cards off those clues to get as many cards as your opponents do.
Yeah, it seems a little slow, but you do have to pay the mana to crack those, and so it's like card draw, but in the future, and unless you're just using the artifacts or something else, just
White
seems
card
like a
draw,
little
baby.
slow. Yeah, that's good. I know everyone on here always says white card draw is good.
I think 3 mana for a 2/4 flying vigilance is pretty good. I like it.
Yeah,
With upside, that happens at the beginning of each upkeep. I think there's going to be a cool little blue-white. I think they're going to turn these clues into actual creatures. We got that Zoetic, whatever glyph that makes them into 5/4s.
that would be stupid.
That's a cool way to break this card, right?
Oh yeah,
Blue-white tokens. Yeah, but like I said, this treatment, extended border, you can only find as a buy a box promo. Moving on to another treatment of a common card that I thought was pretty good. It's called Demand Answers. It is 1 and a white for an instant. It says as an additional cost to cast this spell, sack an artifact or discard a card. Draw 2 cards. We're getting a kind of upgraded version of Thrill of Possibilities. Like they're just getting different ways of Thrill of Possibilities, and this treatment is actually called Magnified. So it's kind of like in a little magnifying glass. You see that?
I do see that.
Mm.
Could be a good way to use your clue tokens too if you don't want to pay and crack them. You can just sacrifice it and draw 2 cards.
Yep, exactly that, dude. Your clue now, you don't even need the 2 that you're going to pay to draw a card. Pay the 2 to draw 2 cards.
You demand the answers.
Demand some answers, and I got them for you here. But I like this art. I think it's really cool.
There, girl, Aurelia.
That is Aurelia, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems cool. Seems like a good card. This treatment I don't hate as much as that first one we saw. So
Dossier.
Dossier, yeah.
uh, but yeah, Demand Answers, I think is a very good card. Like I said, Thrill of Possibilities. Is this better than just that? Could be.
Yeah, I like the flexibility to it.
All right, let's move on to a card that is making waves because they announced it's in standard. It's Lightning Helix. Red and a white, instant. Lightning Helix deals 3 damage to any target. And you gain 3 life. Look at that
Yeah, this
shiny.
is super exciting, dude. I think it's awesome to see in standard again.
It hasn't really been in standard since like 2005 or something.
Many moons ago.
Long, long time ago.
But people
Um,
are also stoked that like just this could be I think you were reading it to me earlier, right? Like played in Pioneer now?
Pioneer. Very exciting to be in Pioneer. Yeah, Lightning Helix. Just in standard as well. Right now, there is a couple different Boros decks that this could probably fit right into. I mean, 3 damage and 3 life. Best of both worlds. Bring it on.
Yeah, just shut down some mono red, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if we can keep talking about Lightning Helix. I like the new art, though. It looks
I
really
do.
cool.
I might have to pick up a copy.
And finally, we're going to be talking about the Clue. I did mention at the beginning. Clue, as in the board game Clue. We're teaming up, and we've got some exclusive cards only available in that set. It's a little separate set where you can also find shock lands too, just as a way of saying, hey, buy our stuff. Here's some shock lands. But they're giving the treatment to all those famous people from the board game Clue as actual people in Magic. So this first one that they showed off today is Senator Peacock. 3 and 2 blue for a 3/4 legendary creature human advisor. Says artifacts you control are clues in addition to their other types and have pay 2, sacrifice this artifact to draw a card. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Yeah, I think this card is really good. It's a bummer that you can only find it inside the Clue edition, but I think it is really good in terms of you don't necessarily have to pay the 2 to sacrifice it. Like if you have another way to sacrifice clues, you can just get rid of all of them and then make the entire board unblockable if you have a lot of clues.
We've seen something similar like this in a recent set hunter with Doctor Who. Martha Jones cared about sacrificing clues and having things become unblockable. So it's a cool ability. I like her first ability too. So now any artifact can become a clue. Seems good.
That's
Martha
true.
Jones seems a little better though, in my opinion. But hey, here we are.
Yeah, Martha Jones is only 3 mana, where this is 5. Already better.
Yeah.
But yeah, Senator Peacock. I'm curious to see like all the other clue type people, what they do.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this clue thing. I get it. Even like so remember the gripe I had with the dossier, how like the font to me looked weird. Like this
Mhm.
font looks weird to me. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it on the card.
It's the official clue font, I believe.
I don't, it just doesn't feel like it fits very well on the card. But
Hmm.
that's just my design brain not working well, I guess.
Maybe it is working well. Maybe people agree. Comment down below if you do. But that is going to do it for the first look at Murders at Karlov Manor. What do you guys think of these cards? Again, comment down below letting us know. Are you excited for this set? I'm excited to see who died. It's going to change the story.
How many, dude?
Uh,
Oh no.
yeah, multiple murders. We'll see. But if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're keeping up to date with everything that we got going on here. And in the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts. That's at Guys That Magic for each one. We're on TikTok, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we're also on Patreon. Quick thank you to all of our patrons on the screen right now. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and if you wanted to join them, check the link. We've got giveaways, exclusive content only on there. We got Discord access. We got a bunch of stuff going on our Patreon. Go take a look.
Come say hi.
Come say hi. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye bye.